Okay, I am trying this again. We're live with Kristie Moore. Okay, Kristie, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your horses and barrel racing?
My name is Kristie Moore, and I work for the City of Henderson Police and Fire Department. I'm a police dispatcher. I've been working in that field for almost 30 years now. I live in Henderson. I've been there for about 23 years, I guess. I have 3 horses, 2 of which are barrel horses. The other one is and she has a little personality of her own. She thinks she's a barrel horse, but she doesn't barrel race. Rooster is my 20-year-old paint. Most of you know him. Salty is my 11-year-old quarter horse, and I'm pretty sure all of you know him.
So when did you start barrel racing?
I started barrel racing on Rooster when I got him about 8 years ago.
So tell us a little bit about Rooster.
He's a 20-year-old Tobiano paint. A lot of people don't know this, but Winter Guessman is actually his original mommy. She raised him as a baby, and then Kimberly Gora had him, and so he made his way to me via a friend of mine, Kat. So he's kind of stayed in our little family forever, and now he's forever mine. He taught me everything I know about barrel racing. We learned together the good, the bad, the ugly. We started out just trotting the pattern. Amber Mead will tell you that. She was there for my first trot through. I was just going to trot the pattern and just hang out with my friends, Kim and Jordan, Anna, Winter, and they all kept telling me, come barrel race with us, come barrel race with us, and I was like, I don't know what that is. So we just started doing that, and that's how I got started barrel racing, and Rooster kind of guided me up that little trail.
Okay, and who was your next horse to get?
My next barrel horse?
No, your next horse.
My next horse was Rocket. I rescued her. She is a registered quarter pony. She's a Palomino. She's 13.3. If you look at her and Salty from the back, they're exactly alike. They have the big old quarter horse booties. She's just a little bit taller, or a little bit smaller. She's a tank just like him, and she has the best little personality. She just loves everybody, but she's got some issues. I got her to be a pull horse. I thought she would be a fun little pull horse because she's tiny and she can zip through the poles and she's fast, but she's got some issues that she won't be a performance horse. So we go sort and do other things with her. She has a forever home with me.
Very good. And what about Salty?
Salty I got from Carrie Bruff as a step-up horse from Rooster. Just something with a little bit more speed. I got him as a 6-year-old. Rooster had me spoiled. I didn't know what a 6-year-old was going to be like, and Salty by any means was not a bad 6-year-old at all. He's actually pretty amazing, but like any 6-year-old does quirky things every once in a while. So Rooster had me pretty spoiled. I think it's Michelle Chappell always tells me everybody needs a Rooster as a first horse, and I would agree with that until you get a 6-year-old. It doesn't prepare you for a 6-year-old.
Okay, and as everyone can see, you're driving.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you tell us what you just accomplished today?
You're going to make me cry.
That's what friends are for.
Oh my God. How am I going to get through this? So I just won my very first saddle, my very first open saddle. So we just ended our Southwest Barrel Racing Association season. Today our finals was this weekend, and we won the 3D Open. I also won the 1D Senior, the 2D Senior, and was 4th in the 2D Open. So the boys performed very, very very well this year and worked their tails off and won me quite a lot of prizes, money, points, and a beautiful new saddle.
And you also won a beautiful buckle, correct?
I did get a buckle, yes. I won a 1D senior buckle, some halters, some boots, a gorgeous saddle pad, a bail bag. That's kind of good.
I think you pretty much listed it all.
Oh,
And money.
money, cell phone holder. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, and I have
Thank
a
you,
question.
Darla, at Equine Supply.
I do have a question since you are talking about the finals. And I personally know just how opinionated you are. And so do some of our other people watching. How do you feel about the dress code?
I hate dress code. I hate it. I hate dress code. I hate it. I don't like it. Robin thought she was pretty funny this weekend, and when I made my runs last night, which were smoking, she always complimented me on my gorgeous hat, on my beautiful shirt. Yeah, it didn't help. I hate dress code. I am way more comfortable in a t-shirt and a baseball cap. I hate dress code. Hate it.
Okay. All right.
Jenny, I hate dress code.
Okay, so is there anything that you would like barrel racers, barrel racing producers, that you as a barrel racer wish they knew or would do?
I really wish barrel racing. I wish the producers would get together somehow. A luncheon, Zoom call, text, emails. Get together with your schedules and talk. I don't care if you as producers don't like somebody else, but when producers book over each other, and side note, I understand some producers they have to go by the arena availability. I understand that. But as producers, when you book over other producers, you're taking runners, you're splitting us. If I'm a member of Southwest Barrel Racing Association, I'm going there. I'm not going to go south to Pahrump or to Arizona or to California or north to Salina. I'm going to go where I am a member at. And that's my preference. As somebody who's paying to enter a race, I can choose where I'm going to spend my money, and where I'm going to enter, and which producers I'm going to go and run with. But it's hard when you like to run at certain arenas and the producers keep booking. You guys book over each other. It's very difficult, and I just wish that you guys could get together and talk. I know Jenny Johnson from Southwest Barrel Racing Association, she puts her schedule out in September the year before, so her schedule's been out since September of 2021 for 2022 already. So her dates are already set in stone. She'll add more dates. She might change a few, but pretty much her dates are set. And, Robin's got Mrs. U Doubtfire. A lot of the producers can go on her website and see especially the Google map is really good because you can see how many people are booked on that day and utilize those tools. They're free. Those are free tools. Utilize them and don't split us as runners. Help us, and just because you're not booking over us on one day, but booking on the same weekend, that's just as hard. You're still splitting. Some people don't like to run, all weekend. They still have family things to do as well. So, if you can book another weekend, you might get more runners than splitting those runners.
Okay, another question that just popped up. What are your feelings about added money versus entry fees?
producer. I'm not good at figuring that stuff out. Thank God I have friends that are producers and I can pick their brains about that. But I think that when you're going to have a race, your added money needs to reflect the entry fee. So if you have $10,000 in added money, then your entry fee, $55, $65, $85, that's good. If you have a $500, added money and your entry fee is $95, $100, that's not, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's,
Okay.
That's not a good turnaround there.
Okay. All right. I'm not seeing any.
Adding on to that, the payouts are different too. If you're only going to pay 1 or 2 spots, you have to look at that as well. Like I said, I'm not a producer. I don't get involved in that as somebody who pays to run. That is one of the things I look at. My entry fees. What's it going to cost me? How many spots do you pay? So I'm going to look at that. Where I'm going to travel. A lot of us in Southern Nevada, we don't have a lot of locals. We're either going to Pahrump or we're going to Utah. My entry fees in Utah are $45. Everywhere else in Southern Nevada is going to be $65 or more. Where do you think I'm going? I'm gonna head north where she's gonna pay more spots.
Okay. And you mentioned friends, not only producers but barrel racers. Who has been not really the most help, but has helped you? Okay, the most friends and just period barrel racers. Who's helped you the most, and not just one. I know there's more than one.
Oh my God, that list is so long. I still call myself a virgin barrel racer. There's still a lot to learn. The people that got me started in this, Kimberly, Winter, Jordan, Anna. I miss little Anna. She's living a wonderful married life now in Texas. All of those girls at HSA got me started in that. I would have not met the people that I met had I not known those people. Like yourself, I would have not met you. Had I not started barrel racing, I would have never met Kathy Montano. There's so many people that I wouldn't have met without them. Kathy's been she has made a huge difference in my barrel racing life. As a coach and a mentor to me. Kathy has a lot of students at races, and she's always there on the sidelines, and you can always hear her screaming, finish, kick, find your line, whatever her student, wherever her weaknesses are in her students, she knows them, and she's telling us, you can hear her yelling on the sidelines, and she's been a huge, I can't thank her enough for everything she's done for me and my boys, and just teaching me. Carrie Breath, she's in Texas. I call her all the time. I text her all the time. I send her my runs, and I'm like, what do you think here? What did I do wrong here? And she'll send me stuff when she comes to town. We ride together. I pick her brain all the time. I am so thankful that I have people in my life that are willing to help me, even from far away. They give me their, they take time out of their busy day. Carrie and I talk when she's on her way home from rodeos, and she'll tell me how her rodeo went, and I'll tell her how my jackpot went, or how my lesson went, and I'll pick her brain about something, and it's nice to be able to have other people to talk to about that. And I have you as a very, very close friend, and we talk about so many things, not just horses. I mean, everything going on, in my life I talk to you about. So, I mean, I just have a ton of people in my life that, that are there for me. Victoria Neckes, she lasers my horses once a week and keeps them helps to keep them in tip-top running shape, with me. And I mean, there's just so many people on my list that truly help me with my horses. And like I said, I feel like even though I've had Rooster for the longest, I still feel like he is, he got me started, but I feel like I'm a rookie at all of this. There's so much to learn. My vets, Leslie and Darla and, Wyatt, every Desert Pines, like everybody who has, picked up the phone and answered my phone call and come out when, one of my horses is ill, which, knock on fake wood somewhere, that doesn't happen very often. But anytime I can bounce something off of them, it calms my nerves. It's nice to have those people in my life.
Very good. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any more questions, and I'm not going to use up all my cellular data, and I'm sure anybody who has any questions after they watch this, if they comment, I am quite sure Kristie will give you her honest answer to them. And guys, thank you very much for joining us, and catch up with us next week.
Bye.